Hey, how's it going?
Doing all right yourself?
Oh, not bad. Is that Ocho Cinco?
Oh, yeah, that is Ocho Cinco back from when I used to be a Bengals fan.
Uh, I
Good
say,
days.
I say that with fondness too. I went to the Broncos Super Bowl parade and I was like, I've bathed in the waters of a championship.
Yeah, I am definitely not a Bengals fan anymore. But hey, they finally fired Marvin Lewis, so I
Exciting.
reserved. I stated many times if they ever did that, that I would reserve the right to jump back on the bandwagon. So
Maybe it's time.
that was about 5 years too late for my liking, but you never know. So I was actually looking for the link to the sheet that you have, the one that has like your calculator and everything that you've been tracking bids with. Do you have that?
Yeah.
I have
This.
a feeling that's probably something more helpful than the bylaws and stuff at this point.
Oh no, that's not the bylaws. No. Click
Cool.
on. Go to that. Click on. Go to this whole thing. Click on actual email table.
Okay, yeah, I got that.
That's
Okay.
the latest. This is the latest, most updated
Oh,
bids.
okay. Okay.
And then
Closed bids are finished out.
yep.
Contracts signed, sealed, and delivered. Okay.
And then each team right here is already sorted with everyone they have.
Where is that sorted at?
See here, wait, let me.
Or you could, yeah, just screen share and I'll lock on you. That'll be easier than.
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yeah,
So,
I see that, but it's. Do you have a way to sort it by? Oh, okay. Wow. That's okay.
right. So like,
It's each person has their own tab. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's nice.
yes. And
Right.
yeah, so I was also looking at my division, and my division has this team
Okay.
has this team.
Oof, that person is running out of money in a hurry.
Yeah,
15 remaining. Yikes. What was the first one? Let me see that one. That one you flashed off that one a little too quickly.
10 remaining.
10 remaining. Yikes.
Well, me with 8.
Oh no. But you've got way more players.
Right. That's at least what I feel pretty good about is I've got locked in starters at every position here.
Did you get David Johnson? Does that say 18 million 2 years?
Yes, it does.
Wow.
Huh?
That's amazing.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good contract there.
Right? I thought so too. I'm paying him a third or 2/3 as much as I'm paying Zach Ertz, who is also cheap because somebody's paying Kelsey more than that per year for 5 years.
Oh, see, that's so brutal. Why do people do that to themselves?
The only 5-year deals I have are lower. The highest one I was willing to do was Beckham.
Yeah, and that seems solid. He's good. He's not going anywhere in the next 5 years. I mean, barring something completely unexpected. And I love the Lamar Jackson 5 years at 8 million. That's awesome. The defensive players, I don't know, but I assume that those are cheap contracts, and I have heard of Keanu Neal, so I'm going to assume that's helpful.
Yeah, I got him from
Dwight.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I showed him, I initially showed him the board and I was like, who do you like? And he's like, these guys are ridiculously cheap. So I bidded up those guys. And then, Jarrell Casey I got, who's pretty solid here. I'm almost out of money. But so the way this works now, it's about to be a free-for-all tomorrow.
Okay.
And you're about to nominate, let's see.
So how many do me a favor real fast and just give me the starting lineup requirements for the offensive and then just the total number on defense here real fast. And let's look at what you got.
Okay. So it is quarterback, running back, 3 receivers, tight end, flex, kicker, D lineman, so 2 D linemen, 2 linebackers, 2 defensive backs, a defensive flex.
Okay, and the defensive flex can be anything.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. So you have your quarterback filled. You have your running back filled. You have 1, 2. You're missing a wide receiver. You got your tight end filled, but you got 2 of the wide receivers filled. So you need 1 more wide receiver. You don't have a flex yet. The flex is not a super flex, correct? Because 16 team single quarterback. Okay. So you still need your flex. Probably this was PPR with no points per carry or anything, right?
No PPR.
I'm going to assume that all the stud running backs are already priced way out of any type of affordability.
Here's who's still on the board.
Okay. Are you able to zoom in on that at all?
Yeah.
That's just a little bit small for me to be able to read. That's perfect. Right there. That's beautiful. All right. So my guess is obviously you need another wide receiver.
Okay, wait, hang on. Let me show you who I still have.
Oh, okay. Who you're leading on, yeah.
Right now.
Oh my God, 1 million on Marcus Mariota for 5.
Yes. Okay. So
Oh,
I have
so
I have that in there.
I thought you already won Lamar Jackson.
Red is 1.
Okay.
I have a 1 for 5 on Geronimo Allison.
Okay, that's nice. That's cheap, and I like that.
I have 3-0 for 3s in here. This is like the free agent you're allowed to bid.
Oh,
on
wow.
James Washington, Sterling Shepard, and Demaryius Thomas here.
And you can do 3 of those?
Well, I can do as many of these as I want.
And you can already put those up now?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm not really interested in Demaryius Thomas, to be honest, this year, but for free?
For free.
Oh, yeah, for free. James Washington, Sterling Shepard. I'm just baffled that you might be able to get those for free. Yeah. But I'm guessing everybody is pretty much out of money, right?
So a lot of people are. He sent out in one of the emails, I think it was, he basically sent out a thing that was about
showed everybody's available cap space.
And most people are down to like 30 or 40.
Okay.
But there's one guy who literally hasn't started yet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So the guy who runs this league, it's about to be his brother-in-law. He's marrying his sister. And the wedding is this coming weekend. And this guy hasn't had time to do anything until tomorrow, at which point he's going to come in with his full roster of money.
So he's going to buy up he's going to buy up Keenan Allen for sure. He'll be buying up Pettis. Like, he's going to buy up all these contracts.
I opted not to keep Keenan Allen rather than Beckham. Keenan Allen was 16 for 4. Beckham was 22 for 5. I opted for Beckham.
Yeah, I think I like the Beckham there. That's fantastic. Okay, so how much do you have committed on the board right now that's not been finalized? How much do you have committed out of your 8 million?
1, 2,
and the rest are zeros.
Wait, I have Herndon.
Oh, okay,
1,
Herndon. Okay. 3.
Gostkowski. 4.
Okay. That's it.
That's it. So I have 4 out.
So you have 4 million you can play with. Let's go down to the guys that are. Let's start it. I don't think you want to spend 4 million on anybody, on any one player. I'm guessing.
Probably not, right?
Let's start it. No, I wouldn't. Yeah. Let's start at the guys that would cost 3 million for one season. Which, let's see. Drake, Howard, Freeman, not really interested in any of those. Let's see. Is there anybody that you saw that you were kind of liking that you thought that might be worth putting 3 million on? I mean,
let's see.
I'm not seeing anybody popping out.
This is just crazy. Zero. He's gonna get Dalton for free.
Yeah,
but he also has Jameis and he's in cap hell already.
That's crazy that quarterbacks are going this cheap. I mean, I know it's not super flex, but even in not super flex.
It's 6 point. Yeah.
Yeah. 16 team alone, that's going to make it. Honestly, because it's 16 teams, you've already got Mariota for 1, right? That's
no, that's
you're leading. You're leading on that.
Leading, but it doesn't close at midnight.
Oh, okay. Because you bid on it from 0.
Yellows are closing at midnight. Whites are new bids today.
So Dalton closes at midnight?
Yes.
You're not allowed to go 0 for 4, I assume, right?
Correct. That's why all these are 0 for 3.
So you have to, in order to go for 1, how many years do you have to commit on that? Is it just 1 year?
Just 1 year.
I'd put Dalton at 1-1.
Why?
I mean, you're in a go. If you go through the rosters right now, I'll bet you there are people that are struggling at quarterback. Letting a guy get a quarterback for free on a $0 contract, that's just an awesome trade asset.
Yeah, I agree. He's my bud too. He's the guy who made. He's the one who did this shit.
Oh, so you don't want to screw him totally, but it's the right move. If you get him on a 1 year, $1 million deal, if you put him at that, somebody else has to commit 2 years to him, which somebody probably should.
Somebody just has to commit the same amount of money over a longer deal.
Correct. And they
almost
should.
Anybody would do. Like that's what seems to happen in like almost everything. Like anytime somebody bids like there's like, it's like 9 for 3. Somebody will go like 12 for 2. Somebody will just go 12 for 3. Somebody will just go 12 for 4.
Exactly. But that's why if that one's going to close at midnight, you can't let that go through for 0 and 3. You've got to bid on that and make it 1 for 1. And that way somebody else will come over top. It'll eventually be 1 for 5, which is still a pretty damn good deal because a $1 contract doesn't really hurt you to cut at all. But if you let that go through at 0 for 3, that is a contract that you can trade. He's going to be able to trade that for something way more valuable than what Andy Dalton's going to bring him. But somebody else that needs a quarterback is going to seek out which quarterback can I get for the cheapest possible thing just to fill in, if a guy gets hurt. And then he's going to go and turn to that guy and go, okay, but it's going to cost you this in your future pick. And that's a trade asset right there. That 0 and 3. You don't have to like Andy Dalton. I'm not a particular fan. I like him at his cost right now because he's super cheap. And I think he's going to start 2019. I think he's going to be gone in 2020, honestly.
Yeah.
But 0 and 3 is very appealing to everybody. 1 and 1, you'll either get it for 1 and 1, or you're going to make somebody else spend more money, which is definitely the goal. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know it sucks that it's your friend.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
But
I just wasn't really sure if it's worth committing 1 to stopping that. Because
it's unlikely to end up with you. Like you said, if you bid 1 for 1, somebody's going to bid 1 for 2. And if the worst outcome is that you get a starting quarterback on a 1 year, $1 million contract, that is such a tradable asset. Because I guarantee you, if you go through and you look at these teams, if you end up with Mariota at 1 for 5 and Dalton at 1 for 1, that gives you 3 quarterbacks already. Those guys are most likely starters for 2019. There's already a tier of quarterbacks that we don't trust even as much as those two. And those 2 guys aren't super trustworthy. But I mean, when you add in like Eli, Foles, Haskins, Keenum, one of them probably.
Yeah. Carr.
Carr. I think you
went
can
3 for 4.
Carr, I think you can trust in 2019. I don't trust him beyond that, but I trust him as much as Mariota and as much as Dalton for this year, just because the Raiders showed no intention to do anything else. Like they didn't bring anybody else in. So I think he's safe for this year. Those other guys. So when you add in the Eli Flacco, I mean, that takes out of the 32 quarterbacks, you're straight knocking off 4 or 5 of them right there that you already don't trust. So that puts you down at 27, 28 quarterbacks in a 16 team league. 3 or 4 of them are going to get hurt. I mean, that just happens every year, which is going to take out a few more. So that's going to put you down in like the 25 range, 25 quarterbacks for 16 teams. When they're not living up to expectations, people need production, or they need a bye week fill-in. Or if a guy gets, he's sidelined gets concussion, he's out for 2 weeks. They can't just play without a quarterback.
That's fair. Yeah.
Or they have to go and spend to get their backup off the waiver wire, and they have to cut somebody else to make position for that. Like, people don't really want to do that. So it becomes a very easy thing to trade a 1 for 1 contract, 1 year, $1 million. That's nothing.
Okay.
I mean, that's an asset you can flip. And if literally the worst thing that happens is every single quarterback stays healthy and you never use Andy Dalton, well, at least you didn't let somebody else use him for free.
Yep.
So that's your worst outcome. You've got plenty of roster spots that you're not going to fill you're going to fill so many roster spots with very cheap guys. What was the total roster allotment?
15 total, I think.
15? You start that. You
Oh, no, the roster allotment is
Yeah.
30, 32, 33, something like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're going to end up rostering. If you can do this, if you can put $0 bids on guys and everybody does that, I mean, the entire MFL, well, not MFL because you guys are on Sleeper, but the entire player pool is going to be rostered. 16 times 30, that's 480 players, right?
That's a lot.
That's super deep. Super deep. Even with IDP, that is super deep. You're looking at, probably the top 300 offensive players and the top 200 defensive players being rostered. That's a lot. A starting quarterback definitely has a value of $1 million. So definitely do that one.
Okay. So he said if you don't have 10 people on your team, let's see.
That's not even, if you don't, how could you have to have a starting lineup, and that's not even a starting lineup yet.
Yeah, no, it's for bids recently. Let's see. Okay. A note on tomorrow's bidding. I'll reiterate. Can you read this, Will? Or?
Yeah, I can read it.
Okay.
Due to concern over $0 bidding to first come, first serve, and because I don't want to deal with a dozen people pouring $0 bids over like a strip club. Teams with over 10 players signed can nominate only 3. So what?
Be three on $0 salaries before noon, and up to 5 on that day.
Oh, okay. So they can do 3 before noon and then 2 after noon?
5 in the total. Yeah, 3 before noon, 2 afternoon.
Have you already done? And is today that day? If you already have 3, are you allowed to do 2 more?
No, see, this is 3 hours ago. A note on tomorrow's bidding. I've done my 3 for today already.
Okay, and so then tomorrow you can do 3 more before noon and 2 more afternoon.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah,
and
my 3 that I nominated were James Washington, Sterling Shepard, Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
I don't know if I'm probably not gonna get all 3 of them. I'm hoping if I get one of them, I'm happy. If I get 2 of them, wonderful.
I don't even know if Demaryius will start or not even start. I'm sorry. I don't even know if Demaryius will make the team, to be honest. I think the Patriots could cut him. I wouldn't be surprised.
Think?
Yeah. That's a Patriots move to bring him in and then be like, nah, you know what? We're going to go ahead and go N'Keal Harry. We're going to let you go. Go find, go find yourself something else somewhere else. But,
that is fair.
If you got James Washington or Sterling Shepard, that would be amazing. Now, so if you commit another $1 to Dalton, that leaves you with $3 more to play with.
Yes.
I don't think I want to price and force Austin Hooper. That seems, man, that's a damn good deal on him. $1 million for 3, though. Although you could go $1 million for 5, right?
Yeah, I could go 1.
See,
for 4.
I like Hooper over Chris Herndon. I wish you would have bid on Hooper over Herndon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind spending $1 there on Austin Hooper. I wouldn't mind spending $1 on Vance McDonald for a 1-1. Do you have a list of the free agents that have not yet been nominated?
No. Well, that would be off. Well, actually, yeah, I do here, right here.
Okay. So this isn't completely up to date, but it looks close. Let's see. All right, let's look at running back and wide receiver. You definitely are. Oh, Sammy hasn't been put up yet?
Sammy who? Watkins?
Yeah.
No, he's already going. He's 3 for 3.
Oh, okay.
There, he's I just saw him earlier. Sammy Watkins going. He closes at 3 for 3 tonight.
Whew, that's a good deal for that person. You're too tight to probably really want to. I don't think you want to go above that. So let's go back over to the free agent tab there. Oh, does the strike through mean that they've already closed?
Yeah, that they've closed. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Did Cortland Sutton? He was on the board too. I think I saw his name.
He's cheap though. He's 2 for 5 right now.
Yeah, I don't think you want to go up to Unfortunately, you don't have an extra 3 to just play with.
Yeah.
Let's see. Go back over to that master player list. Let's keep looking at that. Is there anybody else that was striking you? Mark Ingram's a guy this year that I think he could be.
Yep, I agree.
Quite
But
productive.
So the thing is that there's gonna be this guy's coming in hot tomorrow with $150, and I feel like Mark Ingram is immediately going to be the kind of guy that he's going to like nominate for 5 years. So we're joking, we're like he's going to come in with 5 years, 40 mil for Ingram, like because he's just going to have so much fucking money that he needs to get rid of.
If he does that, he's a fool. He should do it when you're in the spot that he's at. He should do nothing but 1-year deals because nobody can come over top of him. He should do every single player for like the minimum value amount for a 1-year deal. And he could just pick and choose his entire starting lineup essentially. But maybe he won't do that. Maybe he'll want to lock people down. Edelman, I do like for 1 year. I see you highlighting him. Is he already on the list?
Yeah, I think he is. He's 4 for 5 right now.
Oof, yikes. Yeah, that's too much.
Agreed.
Too much. Curtis Samuel.
Miller's not nominated. I like Miller.
I like Miller a lot as well. Those are Miller that I do a lot of the play draft things.
Yeah.
And this is the tier where I just pound wide receiver. Anthony Miller,
Kirk's
Dante
not nominated.
Pettis. Kirk's not nominated?
Kirk will be nominated for sure.
He could, he might slip through if somebody's been paying attention and thinks that they just brought in 2 new wide receivers and they just, kind of forget about Kirk. I don't think they will, but
yeah, I don't think they will either.
If the league mates are thinking that, that's to your advantage. Let's see. So if you get those wide receivers, if you could manage to get 2 of them, you will have your starting lineup. How's your?
If I get 1 of them, I'll have my starting lineup. Oh yeah, but I can
have
flex.
A flex.
Yeah.
Yep. How's your flex will be wide receiver probably. Maybe running back, but I don't see a lot of I don't see a lot of productive running backs left. Ingram's about it.
Ingram is definitely about it.
Rojo, I mean, maybe he gets his chance this year, and that would be awesome for him. But I'm not a fan of his. I'm a fan of his. I am a fan of his current situation. I think he's in the best chance he's ever going to get. I think he's going to fail, but whatever.
Yeah, nobody on here really is that good, considering it's not a PPR.
Can you scroll? But is that the top of the players that have been crossed off? Is there anybody else up there? Oh man, Damian Williams was on the board and expensive. I saw that and I thought, wow, that's too much.
Let's see.
Yeah, he was too much. He's right there. 5 for 4. Wow, that's too much at this point in the auction. Just no money for that. James Conner, 21 and 5.
Isn't that great? Lord. Doesn't this David Johnson deal look so good right now?
Oh, it's amazing
for 2.
And I mean, if he's good still in 3 years, you could just re-sign him.
Yep.
Oh man, I don't know why people commit so much. Look at all these 5-year deals everywhere for running backs.
Oh yeah.
Why do you do it, people? You're gonna regret it 3 years from now. You just are. I'm glad you did not do that. All right, go back over to that master players list. Let's see Actually, I'm sorry. Go to your roster. Let's look at what's your defensive total and how are you there with your starting lineup? So you're missing a DL, so you need one of those.
So I need a DL, and then I need a DL, a linebacker, and then I've got my flex covered.
Yeah, if you do defensive back in the flex, so you essentially still need 4 starters. You're leading on 3 wide receivers. Let's hope you get 2 of them. That'd be amazing.
I'm leading on Allison too.
Oh, okay, that's right. He was the paid one. Who else? You had Mariota as a paid one.
Mariota's a paid one. Allison and Herndon.
Herndon. Okay. Which in a pinch, I mean, you could play Herndon in the flex if you really had to, but that's not ideal.
Not ideal. Yeah, agreed.
Not ideal at all. Maybe, man, it'd be nice if somebody outbid you on that, but I don't see anybody going to 2 and 5 on Herndon.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's a pretty cheap contract.
I just figured I could just cut him for free.
Yeah, but the value, you can cut him for free, which is great later. But the problem is it prevents that roster. I actually think that $1 on the roster spot is worth more than he is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like the ability to play with that extra dollar. because when you get down here, it just gets so tight. It's ridiculous. So ridiculous how tight it gets. But if you like the player, it doesn't matter. I like him. I think he's going to be a perennial tight end. Let's call it like 13, 14 range. Like he's going to have some games that are going to be helpful, but unless it's going to hit on Ertz's bye week, he's not going to help you out. He's going to he's going to frustrate you.
Oh, I agree.
Whereas like I think Hooper's just more consistent. I don't think either of them have the upside to be anywhere close to a top tight end.
I agree.
So that could work out. Doesn't matter. So you need to get.
Yeah, it's only $1 contract.
Yeah. Are there any defensive players on the board? Let's scan those real fast here. Did anybody put $0 defensive players up?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Here's a couple.
Okay. I mean, were any of those on any of Dwight's?
I don't know. I haven't asked Dwight. Oh, so somebody told me to bid on Minka Fitzpatrick.
Oh, yes.
0 for 3 here. So I could bid $1.
Yeah. And you could probably, if you want to lock him down, I would say you can go $1.05 and nobody's going to go to 2. Although I'm sorry, tell me again, what does the blue color mean?
This is green.
Okay, green.
Yeah,
sorry.
this is a new player added.
Okay.
So somebody nominated him or the commission added him.
So you have until tomorrow at midnight before you have to act on him.
Yes. Green and white are effectively the same thing.
Okay. All right. That's what got me. Okay.
Yeah.
So the reds are the only ones that we really need to look at before now and midnight. And what is orange means they'll close tomorrow at midnight. Is that right?
No. Like this color. Yeah. So this color, this one is closing tonight at midnight.
Oh, okay. What does the red mean then?
Closed.
Oh, and they're still up there.
Yeah. They're just they're like recently closed.
Oh, jeez. Okay. That's confusing.
Yeah. So if they're red,
get that crap off the sheet, commish.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. So the red, I mean, like they would have had to have closed last night at midnight, right?
Correct. That's exactly when they
and
closed.
They're still sitting there 10 and a half or not 10 and a half, 22 and a half hours later.
I guess so.
Oh my gosh. All right. So the orange color is the ones that we have to really worry about right now. Okay. Let's see.
I thought Gostkowski was worth putting in just a 1 on. Especially since a bunch of these kickers were going for 2, and I was like, if I can get the Patriots kicker for 1, you know what happens there. Like it's an easy one.
Yep, I'd pretty much lock up him or Tucker at a 1 or 1 for 5, or I would just go 0 and 3 on kicker. Like if somebody comes over you and offers $2 million,
cool, I'm out.
That's fine.
Yep,
that's
agreed.
fine. You spend your $2 million. Go find 0 and 3. Just keep switching kickers. It doesn't matter.
Agreed.
So it's worth the $1 million to have the comfort. It's not worth $2 million, and very few kickers provide that comfort for $1 million. Tucker and Gostkowski are basically the only 2 that I can think of, really.
Zerline.
Yeah, even him. He's sometimes they go for 2. Like St. Louis, or not St. Louis. He's LA's kicker still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go for 2 a little bit more frequently, I think. I don't know. I haven't researched my kickers stuff as much lately, but
understandable.
If I recall, they're an offense that goes for 2 at an above average rate.
So since I can nominate 5 people
tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Definitely Christian Kirk. I mean, that's a slam dunk. Definitely Anthony Miller. That's a slam dunk. Are QT and Samuel on the board?
QT is, Samuel isn't.
Okay. I like Samuel too. I think he'd be a good one.
Okay.
Let's see. Who are your do you need your running back handcuff? Who's your running back? It was DJ. You can probably get him at any point though. That's oh my God, I nominated him today in a league, and now I'm blanking on his name. What the hell? Do you remember his name? Why can
not offhand?
Oh, look it up. I know I can look it up super fast because I know I nominated him today. Chase Edmonds. Good
Chase
Lord.
Edmonds. Oh yeah, he's
So,
way
but
down
like
here.
you can get him at any point. So
Right.
don't put him up tomorrow because you want to kind of save him.
Got it.
Nobody else has any reason to nominate him,
Right.
but you have all the reason in the world to lock him in the 0 and 3. So mark him down for a couple of days from now after the guy with all the money comes and spends his money. Make
Yeah.
sure you get him up then.
What about like Jamon Moore?
Nah. He'll be I mean, you could get him for 0 at any
That's what I'm
point.
saying.
I
No,
think.
for
Ooh,
0.
Traquan. I kind of like Traquan.
Which
Traquan
Traquan?
Smith.
Yeah. Oh,
Saint.
that's who I meant. Sorry, that's who I was.
Okay.
I not by Jamon Moore. That was who I actually meant. Traquan Smith, the Saints.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely him. So that puts you at what, 4 in there. Of course, they're all wide receivers, which is good because wide receivers have a nice solid PBR day. Is Kenny Stills up there?
It's not PPR.
Or oh, that's right, it's not PPR. Yeah, I mean, I think these guys I think Traquan's still more likely to score a touchdown than. I mean, he's more likely to catch a 50-yard touchdown than a lot of people on this list.
I could nom Rex Burkhead.
I think you would get him
0 for 3.
Yeah, if you like him, go for it.
Well, I'm just trying to think of like who a decent $0 running back that I can nominate because it's only going to get worse from here.
Carlos Hyde, if he went through, that would be a nice dollar play.
I nominated him on the first day.
Oh, why is he still up there?
I'm surprised. He's closed.
Oh my God.
See?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go back to. I'm gonna say he'd be a real fantastic buy at 0 for 3. Yeah, somebody bought him for 2 and 3. So.
Nope. Yeah, he's gone.
All right. Let's see.
Well, Sean McCoy is still there.
Yeah, I mean, he could be okay, but I think Singletary might be getting a decent amount of work there. God, the running backs are just terrible. Do you have any running back other than David Johnson right now? It's just him, isn't it?
Just him.
All right. So we gotta find something in here. You know, if you did Rojo and Peyton Barber.
Yeah, double nom.
Yeah, I mean, if you put them both up and you got them both, no, I don't think anybody's going to want to spend $1 on either of them.
I agree.
But basically, you're locking in that backfield. You can put Bruce Anderson up really late in this auction and get him at 0 and 3 as well. And if you get all 3 of those guys for $0, you've got a starting running back. You just don't know which one it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. That I might do that. That might be worth doing.
And I think wait on Bruce Anderson. I think get the 3 wide receivers up there that we talked about and get up Rojo and Peyton Barber. If somebody wants to come over top and spend money on them, let them have them. Big deal. That's fine. It's less money that they can spend anywhere else then. But that'll get you, that'll at least lock in a running back on an offense that should be good. I mean, it should be a good offense.
Yeah.
If either one of those guys was like declared as the guy in Tampa Bay, they'd be worth way more than 0. They'd be worth, 2 or 3. But so I think that's a good way to get that one.
Great call.
That'll get you your backup running back, for the bye week for him. That's not great, but it is what it is. The other guys are just a ripoff.
So, yeah, I guess I'm staying up till 1 a.m. now.
Oh, is it?
Because it's midnight Pacific.
It's midnight Pacific time?
And we all live in fucking mountain time. Everybody in this league lives in Denver. I don't understand why he did midnight Pacific.
Yeah, but it's worth it to either set an alarm and get up and
I'm on PTO tomorrow.
Oh, well then, hey, might
That's
as well
what I'm saying. I'm just going to stay up till 1 a.m. tonight.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the timing of your bid it's an advantage to put it in, be the first one to get them up. I think the running backs are the more pressing ones, so I'd probably start with those 2 and then throw in one of the receivers, just because the scarcity at running back is enormous. There's not a lot of options there.
Agreed.
The wide receivers, if somebody steals one of your noms before noon and you can't get all 3 of them up tomorrow, there's more pivots at wide receiver. There are not a lot of pivots at running back. Running back just gets gross so fast.
That does.
So let's go back to the running back and wide receiver. Let's see if we can't pick out a few other moves that might be able to be made. All right,
Sure.
stop there. Let's look at James White's already on the board, I assume.
Already on the board.
Okay.
Or I can pull the board back up real quick.
He's probably a couple million, I would assume, at this point.
James White. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is the current.
Oh my!
board.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. You just scrolled it right after I saw his name, and I looked. Okay, 4 and 3. He was in the spot where it said 12, and as I looked over, he scrolled down, and it said James White 12, and I was like, oh my god. Okay. Yeah, 4. That's way more than I'd spend on him right now. But all right, let's go back over to that player list and look, see if there's anybody else. Chris Carson already went, I assume. So right, so there's no way to do that same move with the Seattle.
Pretty sure.
Oh.
Yeah, 8 for 3.
Sheesh. All right. Trying to think what other backfields we might be able to perform a similar move on from the. So go to the master player list again. Let's.
Freeman's already been bid on. Lindsey's pretty popular because most people here are from Denver and Chicago.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did the I know the Kansas City one went. What about Kenyon Drake? Is he on the board?
Yeah, 2 for 3.
Dang it. I would have paid 2 for him. That's a good. I don't think I would go 2 and well, I don't know. That's closing at midnight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man. It's probably not worth risking stringing out because you're so hamstrung right now. So probably have to let that person get him, unfortunately. But I don't think 2 million. I don't think 2 million is too much. But I wish it wouldn't have to be for 4 years. You know.
Right.
So all right, let's swing back over to that master player list. We're gonna find somebody. There's got to be somebody else in here. You know, Mark Ingram's gonna go up and get.
Hunt's already got a bunch on him. He's got like 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah. Did Lamar Miller? Where's he at? A lot of people hate
somebody
him.
already bid on him.
Dang.
4 for 3 right now.
Good Lord. That's the most love I've seen for Lamar Miller in a long time.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done it.
No, neither would I. Ito Smith, he's kind of interesting. If something happens to Freeman, I mean, he walks into just a heck of a role.
But he also did, well, he had Tevin Coleman, but he kind of struggled with even that last year.
Yeah. I'm just looking for any opportunity at running back because.
Yeah, Yeldon's on the Bills. That's just a dump.
Nowhere.
I'm saying Burkhead's not terrible.
Yeah, but I think Damian Harris takes his role. That's my thought. I think Sony keeps his role. I think Damian Harris comes in and takes with Damian Harris, James White, and Sony Michel. I think Rex Burkhead's the one that gets left out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just not room for 4. And they put a pretty good amount of capital into Damian Harris to bring him in.
Yeah, I think they can cut Burkhead too.
Yeah, I think Burkhead's not long for the Patriots. Latavius Murray's kind of interesting.
He's already being bid on.
Of course he is. Everybody that's a little bit interesting is already getting bids, which makes it
2 for 5.
Yeah, that's way more.
Eckler 2 for 3. Peterson 1 for 5. Penny 5 for 3.
Good Lord, that's insane.
I agree. I wouldn't have done it.
That's somebody that's a Rashad Penny believer, and they're not giving up.
Truther.
Good Lord. Wow, you got OBJ for the same contract that's going to be... Somebody's going to pay more for Antonio Brown. That's so terrible.
I told you, there's some... Like a lot of these... look at the 11 for 3.
Jeffrey, 11 for 5? There's no way he lives out that contract. He's got 1 good year left, maybe 2 okay years. Like, oh no. People.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Will Fuller, 6 for 5.
Cooper Kupp. I love Cooper Kupp. I don't love Cooper Kupp at 16 for 5. Good Lord.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying this Beckham deal looks gorgeous compared to this shit.
That's a slam dunk. All right. Let's get back over to that master player. We'll dig down a little further. Maybe we'll hit a name that's man.
Yeah, I think it's just got to be the Tampa Bay guys.
I think so. I think
like
that's
Justin
the move,
Jackson,
is
but
making sure you get both of them up at 1 a.m. before anybody can else put one of them. Because I don't think anybody's going to want to spend $1 on them. But if you can lock both of them in for free, I think that's going to be a big, big win.
I'll put that in. See if I can get that. I'll throw in one of these receivers. Yeah.
I think that's the plan. That's the plan for Midnight Pacific, is put in both running backs and put up whichever one of the receivers you like the most out of the ones we talked about. I mean, they would all be steals at 0. So bid up Andy Dalton before midnight. Get that contract strung along. That leaves you 3 to play around with.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't go back. Let's look at the guys that are at 1 for 3 or 1 for 4 and see. You've got Mariota, so that one I don't think anybody's going to go to 2 on that one. Why would somebody go 0 and 1 on Blake Bortles? If you're going to go 0, go 0.
Because that was the first bid.
Oh, okay.
That was the first. That was like the one that tested out like nominating zeros.
Okay.
The guy's like, I'm just gonna nominate Bortles, and everybody was like, nah, that's okay.
Okay.
Like literally, nobody was even like 2 years. That's nope.
Like, shouldn't it be 0 and 3? If you're gonna go 0, you might as well take all 3 years. But no, that makes sense then. Okay.
And then it started a flood of these 0 for 3s, and that's what he sent the thing. Like if we're at that point, I'm gonna limit the noms to that. So I'll be up at 1 a.m. here.
Yeah.
1 for Peterson, 1 for 5.
Yeah, you don't want to go to 2 on him, so that's a no.
Hines, Williams, or Malcolm Brown. Those are all new.
Ooh, you have to go to 1. I don't mind Jamal Williams terribly for 1, just because he's a running back, and your running back opportunities are.
I want to draft that guy they just got. Dexter, is it Dexter Williams? The guy the Packers just drafted?
Dexter Williams? I thought he went to Kansas City.
Okay, maybe.
I think Dexter Williams is Kansas City, isn't he?
I think you're right. But
okay,
the Packers drafted a running back, and I really like that guy too, but I'm blanking on what his name was. I had him as like a late sleeper guy. I was going to try to draft him in like the 3rd round here.
Let's see who it is. Running back. No, they did have Dexter Williams. I know there's a Darren Williams. Darren Williams went to Kansas City.
And they already had Darrell Williams as well as Damian Williams.
Yes.
They're just fucking with us.
All right. So I mean, he's not a terrible way to spend $1. Just because
he's new, so I can afford to wait and see if somebody else takes care of that.
If they don't, by midnight tomorrow night, maybe throw $1 on him the same way you're gonna throw it on Dalton. Like it's kind of, it sucks, but hey, you don't want a guy to close out that easily. QT's out of your price range.
Agree. I wish, but out of my price range. Looks like I might close on Allison again. That'd be nice.
That'll be nice.
Marvin Jones 2 for 5.
Oh, where is MVS up yet?
I don't believe he is.
Ooh, all right. If you're gonna have Geronimo, he might be a really good one, because then basically you're doing the same thing that you're doing with the Tampa Bay running backs.
Agreed.
You don't know which one it's going to be, but if you get one of them for 0 and 3 and the other one for 1 and 5, you've got the Green Bay wide receiver 2, whichever one it ends up being. So he might be the move, especially if Allison closes at midnight. If you get the 2 running backs up and MVS at 0 and 3, those could work out real well. I mean, essentially, you're giving up 2 roster spots to try and get one guy. By the time the season comes around, it's probably going to be a little more clear which one it's going to be, and then you can just cut the other one and get that roster spot back. But you lock in what you need at a cheap cost.
Agreed.
So I think those are the 3 midnight players for you.
Excellent. And then do you think it's where I think it's probably worth price checking Minka Fitzpatrick tomorrow if he's still free.
Yeah, for sure. If that's a guy that has been recommended to you by IDP players, yeah, don't let him go. If you've got the dollar to spend, take him.
Yeah, he's a top 10 guy. So if I can get him for
Problem is
one,
it's a defensive back, and you already. I mean, you do
I
need more
agree.
than you need more than what you have rostered, but
That's what I'm saying. I'll put one on him.
yeah,
That's
you've got to
about
get
it.
you're going to have to get some defensive players for zeros.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to start getting. I'm gonna start nominating some linebackers and defensive linemen coming up here.
Yeah, they'll be the last ones that people look at. Just if you're all new to IDP,
I agree.
like everybody's gonna just ignore them, which means it would be really beneficial if you could get them up now because people wouldn't even look at them. But you're in a situation where you kind of have to get the running backs. So it might be if you can get up to 2 running backs and MVS at midnight.
Yep.
For your you have 2 more nominations tomorrow that will be after noon.
Correct.
That might be a good time to put up the defensive guys. Just
I agree.
if you're trying to sneak them through, that might be. But you might get them up early enough that other people aren't quite paying attention. Especially the guy that's going to come in and blast the board with money. He's likely going to focus on the offensive side, I would assume. So basically, if you put up some of these wide receivers that we talked about for 0 and 3, when he looks at him, he's going to be like, okay, I'll just buy that one. You know?
Yep.
The defensive guys might sneak through. Hopefully he's not a fan and doesn't see that you're getting both Tampa Bay running backs. That's kind of if people aren't paying attention, they're not going to know why you're doing it. If somebody catches it, they're probably going to not be too happy and thrilled that you're going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because that's kind of stealing.
Gotta try, right?
Heck yeah, that's how you win. That's why you do. That's why you play these games. So I think maybe in the afternoon, look for the IDP, and if they just sit there and nobody does anything with them, maybe the next day. So maybe Thursday, if those wide receivers that we talked about haven't been put up, maybe you could throw a couple of them. Is it the same pattern then every like Thursday, Friday?
Yep.
Is it 3 and 2 over and over? Okay.
I'm assuming so.
Yeah, I think that might be the way to go. Then
I
Thursday,
agree.
put up, at midnight, get those wide receivers that you want, get those ones, and then in the afternoon, do your IDP players because everybody's going to start racing to try and fill up all these wide receivers and running backs at 0 and 3. So you just have to beat them to it, and then there's probably going to be less of a race to get to the IDP guys, I would think.
Agreed.
So,
all right, John. Well, thank you again. This is very excellent, very helpful.
No problem. Let me know how it goes. Hopefully you get, oh God, it sounds terrible to say. I hope you can celebrate getting the Tampa Bay backfield, but it's a 16-team league. I have to keep remembering that. Like, man, it gets thin real fast at 16 teams.
Yeah. I've definitely got the power at the top though. So if they stay healthy, it should be a team in contention.
Yeah. I mean, your core is, that's amazing. I mean, David Johnson, OBJ, and Ertz, those could literally be, there is a chance those could all be the number 1 at their positions in 2019. Yeah. I mean, that's not improbable even. That's nice. And if you can add Mariota and Dalton to Lamar Jackson, you've got 3 quarterbacks that are pretty good. Okay. You've got 2 that are okay and 1 that I think actually has a much higher upside.
Yeah.
And that's Jackson. I mean, if Jackson comes through, that's such a solid deal. And if he doesn't, well, then you've got some pretty cheap fallback plans at least.
Agreed. All right, John. Thanks again. I'll let you know.
All right. Good luck, man.
Thanks again. Talk to you soon.
See ya.